lot of the times where I was knocking on doors and going business to business, literally walking, through the streets, people would look at me like, like, oh, you're kidding, right? Like you're not serious. And then I would be like, no, I am. Like I'll take photos of your product. Like give me an opportunity. I'll charge $300. Like let me work. I want to be here. And then they'll be like, also finding that, when you're young and you're a girl, you also find a lot of guys that don't want to work with you. They want to talk to you, which is a real situation. And I feel like that's also something that hurt me a lot. Like I would feel very like disrespected many times. And I wanted to truly work. So I think that's another challenge, making sure that people understand that you want to work and that you want to do things right and bring value to their business. And, you just want an opportunity. The immigrant path is it's hard. And I think that we shouldn't just pretend that it's not, because it truly is, and starting new in a new country and coming here from day one and, having your first place and sleeping on the floor and not having a pillow or a fork, not having a chair to sit down on. Those are things that we have all faced. And, just being able to be here and utilize the opportunity of being here to try to, reach your highest potential and shoot for your dreams and put extra effort, to try to learn the language, to try to understand the rules, the regulations, like starting your own thing where, you're starting from zero. I think it's a little bit harder, I would say. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. And when I see people, shooting for the stars and believing in themselves and their project and doing what they love is like fuel to me, because that's where, I come in and I'm able to share what they're doing and put love into their projects too. So I feel like the minute you fully disconnect from a bigger mission, you're not enjoying the journey, and you're not truly helping whoever you are working with. So I always put, in the back of my work, a deeper purpose. So for example, if I go, to this restaurant that I am creating a review, I connect with the staff. I see the people that says hi to you from the minute you walk in, the preps, the cooks, the people that are behind the scene making it possible, who's making the aguas frescas, who's doing the tortillas, who's, coming in at 4 a.m. to prep everything. Like, you're not only doing a video for them to look cool, like you're actually doing a video to bring traffic so that everybody gets a job, hours, extra time, so that you can, like I said, expand and share more abundance with everybody. So I feel like when you start seeing things with a deeper purpose, your collaborations and your partnerships are different. It's not just about the money, but it's about how you can, like I said, share and have your work impact as many lives as you can positively. Sometimes people come at me and tell me like, oh, but I only have 100 followers. That's 100 people. Like, you have to like value, if you have 5, there's 5 people listening to you. Like, they're looking at you, they're giving you attention. And if you have something to say it. Like, I would say use your talents, your gifts, because we're all born with our gift, and truly listen to whoever or whatever your calling is. Like the other day, I was having a chat with one of my friends. She's Colombian, and she started her spa for dogs, right? And her mission is to help animals. That is her calling. And she's doing so by being kind and serving all of these animals. And everybody's calling is different. You got to hear it and then utilize all of your resources. It doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 100K followers. You do what and say and use your voice to whatever calling is that you have. Always be real, be yourself. It's not magic. People think that, marketing and social media is magic. I'm sure that's happened to you.
All the time.
So you have to always be honest with, whoever you're talking. This is an investment. And when you treat marketing and when you treat content creation as a business and you put the seriousness to it, you will also see a result. But you have to be serious about it and understand that it is an investment. And nowadays is something that you can't just ignore. You know, it's part of every brand now, whether we like it or not. This is the digital era, and this is the time where you have to stay with your lights on, right? It's like electricity to a business. If you don't have any social media, if there's no presence from your brand online, it's as if your business has a light bill unpaid and there's no electricity. Personally, I've been working on balancing my own work lifestyle. And I see that that is an issue for so many of us. You know, it's finding all of these women working 2 to 3 jobs, you know, having kids, showing up at home and working, and it's a never-ending cycle. So then you stop and pause and you breathe and you're like, when do I actually have time to rest, you know? Like when is my off time? Like when did I kind of lost track of who I was because I'm so focused on making my business work or making my extra job work or my third job work, you know? And when does the working on myself start? Like, when can I actually meditate? You know, when can I actually do a hike or, you know, talk with friends or have a recreational activity, do a candle workshop? We do a lot of wellness activities for women right now, and the retreats truly focus on having a therapist on site that can help out with any, you know, anxiety, depression, any situation that's going on, maybe grieving. You know, there's people that we all lose someone on the way, especially me. You know, it all started from a need that is personal. You know, it's personal that I work a lot. It's personal that I lost my mom. It's personal that I've had so many challenges in relationships. Like, I am not a perfect person. I'm not. So really realizing that and putting it into action and saying, maybe it's not just me. Maybe I'm not the only one that has lost somebody that they love. Maybe I'm not the only one struggling in that area of my life. Maybe there's a lot of more girls that are also in a dark place and they need to get out and have these 3 days to recover, you know, mentally, emotionally. So me and my team, which there's 4 founders, and then we have a community manager. There's 5 of us in total. We started organizing and just, you know, putting every piece to it and slowly organizing our retreats. And now we're doing free activities too, because we want everybody to be able to come, even if they might not have, you know, money to pay for a therapist. We want to make sure that on this free activities, we have someone on site that can help out too. And then we do other workshops that are also charged.